Hello and welcome. My name is Stefan Poschik from CHC Corporate Health Consulting, and you are listening to the newest episode of our CHC expert interviews. Today, I have a super interesting guest, and I'm really curious about the next couple of minutes. Why? Because his expertise is something every single entrepreneur needs to master, because without sales, nothing will happen in your business. And even if you do not sell anything, you need to sell yourself in every single conversation in your private life and also in your business life. So hello and welcome, Wes Schaeffer. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, thanks for having me. Yeah, you're right. I mean, sales, people always mistake, they have the mistaken belief that they're not in sales. But everybody's in sales. If you have children, you know children are the best salespeople ever. But if you want to get a date, you're in sales. If you want to get check your bag on and it's 1 pound overweight and you don't want to be charged, you're in sales. Everything is sales. And so, I mean, when I got out of the Air Force in 1997, I jumped immediately into sales, and I've been in sales ever since. Started the Sales Whisperer in 2006. And I've been helping, entrepreneurs, W-2 salespeople, small business owners, improve their sales, ever since.
That's really, really awesome. So let's jump right into this. So a topic what I see in our coachings and in the conversations we have with a lot of entrepreneurs, where so many people struggle is fact-finding and asking the right questions. So what would you say to somebody who is struggling in this area?
Well, it's one thing to have the right questions teed up.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is people don't have the confidence to ask the questions, right? And so in all of my training, I will give people lines and scripts and little things. I've got a sales training flashcard set, and it covers the most common objections and interactions. But if you're not confident, right, just like golf, you go practice, hit all your clubs, and maybe fine. But when everyone's watching, I love watching, professional golf. And it sounds mean, but I love to see these guys miss because it's like, okay, they're human. It makes me feel less bad about myself.
Yeah. Thanks the universe, also they are human.
Yeah, I mean, these are the best in the world, and you'll see them, hit it in the rough, hit it in the water. It was 2 weekends ago. I was watching, Jordan Spieth was in the hunt, and tough drive, and boom, he hit it in the water. I'm like, man, he's one of the best in the world. And so at that moment, he didn't have the confidence, right? He has the best coaches, best nutritionists, best golf clubs, best golf ball, and he missed the shot. And so in all of my training, I'll give you the tools, but ultimately what I'm working on is giving you the psychology to stand your ground. And because people, I'm comfortable in front of, decision makers. Oh, what if I put you in front of Donald Trump or Elon Musk or Michael Dell, Bill Gates? I mean, pick a big name, Richard Branson.
Yeah. Could
you stand your ground, look them in the eye, and engage them? These are all smart people. They're all, billionaires. Mm-hmm. But you need to understand that if they're a good prospect for you, then you have something of value. So in your world, in your niche, you're smarter than them. So you belong there. You may not belong there all day, but if you have a 15-minute meeting, 20-minute meeting, stand your ground, ask the hard questions, see how you can help.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So how can somebody start to work on that on that routine, or to really gain this confidence? Because so many people are really good when it comes to their experience, but are really, really bad when it comes to marketing or sales, basically. And then I totally agree what you just said. They are lacking the confidence. Probably they even know what questions they should ask, but they just don't do it. And then they don't ask for the close, and then they don't get a sale, basically.
Right. Yeah, you need to understand, like, why are you there? Are you there because you're just trying to make a sale, or are you there because you're trying to help them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When a doctor walks into the exam room, they don't know what's wrong with you. Yeah, you may state your symptoms, but that could be 100 different things. So the doctor has no problem making you uncomfortable, right? They'll say, okay, get undressed, put this gown on, sit up on the table. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
And they're going to ask questions and poke and prod and inspect until they find out what's wrong. That they're not trying to make a sale, right? Because it's malpractice. Oh, we need to cut your right arm off. Like, what? I just have some tendonitis, So they're trying to find the cure, right? They're trying to find the problem so they can diagnose, prescribe, and heal you.
Mm-hmm.
So, in sales, are you there truly on behalf of the prospect? Are you there to help them? And if you are, then just like a doctor, they'll be curious. They'll ask the hard questions. They don't care what the answer is. They just want the truth. Okay. So are you there to truly help them?
Mm-hmm.
And if you are, your whole demeanor will change. You'll be more confident. You'll stand your ground. And our job in sales is to ask questions that the prospect can't answer. All right. Because if they have the answers, they won't even take a meeting with you. Right. So, my left elbow is sore from jujitsu, but I know exactly when I hurt it years ago. And so I tried different things, stretching and ice and heat and different types of anti-inflammatory medicines. And then it didn't get better. So once I ran out of answers, then I went to the doctor. They x-rayed it, couldn't find anything. Go to a chiropractor. He worked on it. And they're like, okay, it's just going to hurt. So it's like, but I tried to fix it myself first.
Yeah.
So, and you need to understand that everybody's trying to fix their own things. If somebody truly knew, like, take, your heart. I don't know how many people die every day of heart disease, right? Heart attacks, but it's a lot.
That's true. Yeah.
Everybody's running around. There's somebody out there with a 90% blockage in an artery. If they knew they had that blockage, they would end this meeting. I wouldn't even hit cancel. I would just get up and leave. Right? And you'd be like, where'd Wes go? So if we knew our issues and the severity of them, we would address them.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So you need to call as a professional. Imagine heart surgeons calling, and they could segment it, by age, by gender, and start making some calls. Hey, Stefan, how do you feel? Do you notice that you're winded when you go up and down stairs? If you sit up quickly, do you tend to get dizzy or lightheaded? When you bend over to pick something up, do you find yourself having to stabilize yourself and, brace yourself, maybe push off of the counter? Like, yes, yes, yes. What does that mean? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be nothing. Could be nothing. Could be a heart attack about to happen.
Yeah.
How would you like to proceed? So that's our job, right? Is to ask questions.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, I feel good. How do you exercise? Yep, every day. Okay, hey, sounds good. May I call you in 6 months or a year? Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I send you my newsletter? Can I send you my pamphlet, on 10 ways to keep your heart healthy, and avoid the operating room? Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah.
And now maybe you're not the customer, but maybe your best friend. You go to lunch. Dude, you look tired. How are you? I don't know. My breathing. I just got this pamphlet. Now you pass it on.
Yeah. I agree.
Right.
So why do you think so many people take it personal? Because they think it's a personal rejection they experience when they hear a no, or even when somebody do not need the product because it's not the right timing, or they just don't need it at the moment, or whatever. I mean, there are hundreds of reasons out there why you cannot close yet, but probably in the future. But so many people are taking this as a personal rejection or setback.
Right.
And I mean, you mentioned a couple of times now, hey, that's our job. It's our job to ask questions. It's our job to even ask questions that the other person cannot answer.
Yeah. You know, a lot of it is society. How are we raised? You know, are we really challenged? I think we have very comfortable lives. We take a lot of things for granted. And you know, rejection is hard. But I think we don't see the big picture. We don't understand it's a process. You know, I hate to say it's a numbers game, because if you interpret that wrong, then you'll go about things the wrong way, because practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah. And so some of this is we're lazy, we're not creative. We think we can just wing it. We don't have processes. Every day, I've got a call tomorrow with a major company, $100 million and growing rapidly. They have no sales process. No sales. They're doing $100 million in sales, and they have no sales process.
Unbelievable. It's always interesting how a company even got to this point of being so big without the sales process in place.
Yeah, and it's hard work, right? You get a visionary, a motivated founder. Yeah. They can carry a business pretty far. A little bit of luck, good timing. They're in the right place, right time. They hit it hard and they grow. But then you look internally and there's turnover. It's kind of a toxic culture. People are looking over their shoulders, and they're just grinding away. And eventually it implodes though. And, or even the founders, when you see turnover at high level, it's like, what's really going on there? That's an indicator. It's a symptom. And so when you don't understand the process, and again, you got to be a professional. I mean, like jiu-jitsu, it took me probably 18 months of going 6 days a week to finally accept, that there's an old saying that there is no failure. You win or you learn. And on the one hand, it sounds like platitudes and a cute little saying, but when you internalize it, you realize like, okay, I lost a fight, lost a tournament. All right. I mean, so I didn't get the medal that I wanted, but I learned something about, as long as I'm open-minded, I learned about my game. I learned where I'm strong. I learned where I'm weak. Now I know what to work on before the next match. Yeah. Okay. And so, because like the goal wasn't to just do one tournament 5 years ago. The goal was to become great in the sport. Yeah. And so if you're not willing to take some losses, why are you even in the game?
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally agreed. Totally agreed. I think people are afraid of everything in the meantime, being rejected, don't get the sale, don't get this project, don't get the customer. And all of this together brings a lot of people in a position where they are not able to really, really thrive in their business. But let's switch a little bit the side what we are talking about, Wes, because you have a really, really awesome business. You have a great topic everybody needs on planet Earth. But I also know you have a huge family you take care of. You are doing hundreds of podcasts already in your past. So, I mean, how do you handle all this? And as a father, a husband, a business owner, a salesperson, how do you handle all this?
It's steady as she goes. It's having processes. very early on, as early as like 2007, I was creating, acquiring, streamlining different tools that could help me automate things in my business. And so, but it's, the old adage is, how do you eat an elephant, right? And it's one bite at a time.
Yeah.
And again, people, we want this instant gratification. So people, they overestimate what they can achieve in a year, and they underestimate what they can achieve in 3 to 5 years.
That's true. Yeah.
And so, but with no processes, they don't understand. Selling is like weight loss. The sale and the scale are lagging indicators. Okay, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds, 10 kilos in 90 days, when you get on that scale on day 90, it's just evidence of, did you do the work every day? Did you drink black coffee instead of cream and sugar?
Yeah.
Did you eat a banana instead of a donut every day for 90 days? So the sale is the same way. But when people don't have a process, that's why they get desperate to make that sale, because they know if they don't get that sale, they don't have a good pipeline. Yeah. And they're not going to hit their numbers. Then they're going to be in trouble. Then their job's at risk. So they cling and you make bad deals. But the cycle then perpetuates, because your prospects, you now train them like my dog, right? We have a metal bowl. When that dog hears the food pellets hit that bowl, he hears it, she hears it throughout the whole house, comes running.
100%.
So, but prospects are the same. Oh, if I just wait till the end of the month, end of the quarter, I'll get a little better deal. Yeah. So they do, because you train them that way. And so everything is connected. I've got in my training, I have what I call the ABCDE sales and marketing system. And instead of a pipeline, which is one way, or a funnel, which is one way, ABCDE, draw them around a circle like a clock. Everything is connected. How you attract someone to you affects how you bond with them. How you bond with them affects how you convert them to a customer. How you deliver and delight after the sale affects how you endear yourself to them. If you can endear yourself to them, you're back up to attracting. They'll come back and buy more and more. I'm talking to you now, right? I got a Mac Studio computer. I got my iPad over here with an Apple Pencil. I've got an Apple Watch. I've got an iPhone in my pocket. I got AirPods. I've got a MacBook Pro down on the floor that I take with me on trips. My whole family has all of them. Apple understands. Yeah. The win isn't one sale. The win is multiple sales. It's referrals and testimonials, because now that cycle gets faster and faster and faster and easier and easier and easier. So you can't look at, most salespeople think it's ABC, convert them to a customer and they're done. They stop there. But, out of ABCDE, the conversion, the customer, the cash, the client, the close is only the halfway point. It's like dating somebody and you get married. When you say I do, are you done?
Normally not. You have to invest for the rest of your life. Yeah. Of course.
Now the relationship, so it's just like attracting and bonding. That's the courtship, the dating, that's the engagement. Okay, I do. Now, if you deliver and endear, the relationship grows and becomes truly foundational and solid and fruitful. Yeah. Right. But most people know that's it. Yeah. And that's why divorce is so high, right? That's not when you quit. Really, that's when you really go above and beyond. Now you prove yourself.
That's true.
And so professional salespeople know just like golf, right? You swing through impact. You don't just hit and stop. Soccer, you don't just kick, you stop at the ground, kick all the way through it. You swing all the way through.
Yeah.
So in sales, continue selling through the exchange of cash to endear yourself to that customer.
And in my opinion, it's the best thing what you can do and the best thing where you can invest. I mean, we have a lot of huge corporations as a customer who are customers over 5 years, 8 years already in a row. And I mean, what's better than have such a good relationship to your customers that they are working with you over and over and over again and year after year after year. Yeah. And so totally agreed. Totally agreed. Yes. So Wes, with all the things you already accomplished and did in your career, what are you most proud of so far?
Oh, man. Really just living life on my own terms.
Yeah.
I wake up when I want. I take the clients that I want. Middle of the day, I leave for 2 hours, train jiu-jitsu. Most of my kids, 6 of my 7 kids are close. One, he's in San Francisco, so it's an hour and a half flight. So still a relative hour flight. Yep. So still pretty close. Got 2 grandkids coming this summer.
Hey, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So, just being able, and, I could have made more money. But I chose this lifestyle. I stay home, I've worked from home for 23 years.
Yeah.
And, the whole time being on my own. And, so I can make the kids breakfast, I make their events, plays and soccer and football and band. And, I lead a church group. I'm president of my HOA. So I'm, going to be involved in my community and because I'm not running around frantic and frazzled and frustrated, live life on my terms.
Yeah. That's really, really beautiful. And you definitely can be proud of this. And you should be proud of this because this is, I think, one of the best things what somebody can achieve in his life. So Wes, I could go on and on and on and on, but I really value your time. So thank you so much for all the insights you already gave me and also our audience. So I'm sure there will be a lot of people who want to connect with you and want to reach out to you and learn more about you and also about your expertise. So what is the best way to connect with you and to get in contact with you?
So everything's accessible through my website. So, thesaleswhisperer.com. It's my phone number there. It's actually my cell phone. You can see my social media links in the bottom. I monitor those. It's not outsourced. So if you get a reply, it's from me. I have all kind of free tools there. I've got a free sales calculator. You can calculate your numbers. I've got a free training program called 12 Weeks to Peak. Mm-hmm. I've got a free tool called the Sales Agenda. It helps you set agendas with prospects so they show up and they answer you. So, 609 podcast episodes of the Sales Podcast, over 50 episodes of the CRM Sushi Podcast. It's all free. It's all there, accessible. So, like we say, pick your poison, right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. So definitely we are going to post this and we're going to share this that people can jump right to your sources and to your stuff. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. And it was so good to hear what you just told and all the behind the scenes things, why sales is working, why not, and what basically is necessary that you can become a better salesperson and also be more successful in life, not just in business with the things. Right. So again, thank you, Wes. And to all of you listeners out there, just use his advice. Definitely connect with him, reach out to him, use all his stuff you can grab and apply it in your life. Take care and see you soon. Thank you.